Okay, here's a quick guide on how to be the best squad leader. Now, straight away, we need to create a plan so we can share with our squad members at the start of the game. Now, I start my planning by squad maps, alright? We're going to load up squad maps straight away. We're going to find out where all the possible objectives are. We're going to cover the areas where other teams are not covering just in case. Now, this plan could entail on how we're going to attack the fourth objective or where we're going to go and defend the third objective. Now we're going to look at some clips on how we use squad maps and how we plan. Alright guys, just hop in the helicopter and I'll tell you the plan in a second, alright? Okay, we start our planning by pulling up squad maps. We select our map, we select our version, what can be found on the bottom right corner of your map. I select team 1, I punch in my first objective, and right away I can see that this game can go 50-50. It could go either this direction or it could go straight west. Okay, so first of all, I play around with the second objective, so I click in, see what it would look like. So straight away, so if Homestead was the second objective, the objectives go west. And if airfield was a second objective, it goes north, and same again with airfield trenches. I always play around with the second objective to see which direction it goes. I do that for quite a lot of other maps. So I pretty much at the start I gambled. I gambled that it would go north, and I gambled that these will be the fourth objectives. So my plan was to take heli, land here, and set up a fob, I have even in these woods with the radio far by here, and attack either one of these possible 3/4 objectives. Because I know the first objective will be fine, second objective should be fine by our team, and the third objectives will be pretty much covered by our team as well, comfortably that is. And the main fight and the main altercation will be in this area. Right? This is where the most resistance will be. This is where everything matters. This is the points between the third and the fourth objective. So I was going to place a fob here to get spawns in this area and to help with that fight. And that was my plan. Okay, this is for scenario 2. Same again, I load up squad maps, I select my map, Mutaha, I select my version, V1 of Raz, I select my team, team 2, and I play about. First of all, I punch in the first objective. Done. Okay, now I can see it's 50-50. Again, just like scenario 1 previously. Now it could either go up the middle or it can go west side. Now, I already looked at people's move markers, I looked at the other squad leaders, and most of them are heading to the middle. Alright, so it looks like the middle side is covered, like this possibility is covered. So it's only sensible for me to cover the west side possibility. And again, I play around with the move markers, the second objective. If I select 2, nothing happens. Okay, so it looks like if second objective is village, it's definite west. Okay, and if I select orchard, it is still 50-50. Okay, so let's select school, then it's definitely middle. Okay, and highway farm 50-50, and highway south bridge definitely west. Okay, so now I just know a bit of that information. Once the game continues and the second objective does come online, we'll have more of an idea of what could possibly happen. Right, now we decided where we want to go and what objective we want to play. May that be the fourth objective or the third objective. Now we've got to think about the destination, and most importantly, how are we going to get to our destination? This is where we have to plan our route, and I'm being serious, like it really is. If you plan your route right, this will avoid you getting yourself killed at the start of the game and getting a full squad wipe. I'm going to show examples now by a shitty little PowerPoint, but it's a good PowerPoint because I put a lot of effort in, so we'll see now. Route planning is a big deal, right? This is how to avoid getting killed at the start of the game, well, not fully avoid, but lessen the likelihood, alright? This game's all about possibilities and probabilities. Very simple. Now, I know at the start video I was in a helicopter on this map, but let's say I'm in a lodgy. Now, first things first, I'll take note. The enemy are coming northwest side, alright? Their main base is northwest. So I know in that area, northwest is very hostile, and I'll definitely die if I go anywhere northwest. Now, our base is southeast. Now, everywhere around that area is, better in our control and much safer. So at the start of the game, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the eastern road because I know the eastern side of the map is much safer than going anywhere a bit west. Now what I'm going to do straight away, I'm going to cut corners. Now if you can cut any corners while traveling in a lodgy, cut corners, right? Treat it like a F1 race, all right? You're really trying to shave down the seconds because when you buy yourself all these extra seconds and get to your destination much faster, then you increase the likelihood of survival much better, all right? Because at the start of the game, you're racing against light vehicles. It's the light vehicles that catch you out. It's the BTRs that catch you out. So if you're cutting corners and doing this much faster, you're beating them, all right? So again, I take the east side of the map. Now I know the east side is better possibility that I'm gonna survive. The probability of me dying taking that route is much lower. Now, if I've taken the west side and pretty much the normal route that some people take to that destination, I run a high risk of getting intercepted at that purple sun. Alright, a BTR could catch me out, a light vehicle could catch me out, or infantry could catch me. Now, sometimes you can get away with it. Sure, you can go down the middle and reach that destinations, and sometimes you may not die. But that is the gamble and the risk that you take as a squad leader when you're route planning. Another example, this is, to get you thinking in this type of sense. Now I take note of what type of vehicles they have. They have lodgy vehicles, wheeled. They have light vehicles as well, that is also wheeled. Now, we've been in this situation quite often where we rush the middle and we die. Now, my destination is that star. So we know if we go down the middle, the likelihood of coming across enemy vehicle is very high if we go down the middle. Or even there, the light vehicle could catch me out there. Now, also take note as well that the enemy light vehicle, the gap is much bigger. At the start of the game, the gap is smaller, but because these light vehicles are 10 times faster, they increase the gap. And the light vehicles always get to the destinations before anyone does. Alright? So to avoid such risk of getting intercepted by a light vehicle either here or even there, I would take a right turn just before I reach, before I go any further down that main road, and I will reach my destination like so. Now this is much safer. This is much more ideal than going down the main road. But then again, you could always argue, but what if the light vehicle goes down the warehouse route? Then that could happen. Of course it can happen, without a doubt. Now what I'm saying is, the possibility of going down that main road will get me killed is very high. Now I know if I take a right or a left before I enter that town, I'm going to be a bit safer. I'm going to be a lot safer than going straight down the middle or anywhere near the middle. Okay, here's another factor that you should take in while planning your route. Now, the enemy vehicle, lodgy vehicle, is tracked, right? And they do not have no wheeled light vehicles, but tracked IVs. Other than that, they're all tracked-based vehicles. Now, tracks are a lot slower than enemy wheeled lodges, depending the map and depending the terrain sometimes. Alright, so you really got to take into effect of the terrain as well, and the type of map, and hills and slopes. Okay? Now, straight away, I know with a tracked enemy lodgy, I am 10 times faster with a wheeled lodgy. So at this point, I could move my destination probably to ammo warehouse. I could probably achieve ammo warehouse and I won't get caught out by infantry. I probably won't get caught out by a light vehicle because, again, wheeled lodges are faster. So this is a factor that I also take into account while I'm planning, and that, pretty much determines how far down the map could I get, how close could I get to the fourth objective, Okay, now the route planning phase is done. Now what we're going to do is squad management. Now we have 8 people under our command. I'm going to split them into two teams. I got Bravo team and Charlie team. I'm going to put 4 in Bravo and 4 in Charlie. How you put in who and what team is completely up to you as you're the squad leader. Now, I'm going to show a bit of examples of why splitting your team into 2 is so useful and how you could really get the maximum potential out of your squad. Okay, I have enemy contacts firing upon my position. I simply give out the order: Charlie team, maintain position, keep suppressive fire upon enemy bunker. Bravo team, follow me, follow squad leader, we're off on a flank. Bravo team will then follow me, the squad leader, will flank around, and then flank him on the enemy position. Next scenario. Sometimes you can get in command chat, a lot of the times in command chat, they're always saying, I'm losing defense, I need help, I need backup on defense, and you can hear that. But sometimes you also have a primary target. For me, I'm finding myself often I have a primary target, like the enemy have, but also I'm getting in command chat that somebody else needs my help. So, be able to put my team into fire teams, I can split my team and do both things. I can go for the enemy hab, and I can assist squad 5. I'll simply give out the orders. Bravo team, go on defense, assist squad 5. Charlie team, follow me on the attack of enemy hab. Okay, here's another scenario now. Again, in command chat, you hear pretty often that I am tracked. Sometimes your friendly tank is tracked, or may that be your friendly BMP. I'll simply give out the orders. Bravo team, assist our friendly MBT. Charlie team, stay with me on defense. This way I can achieve two things. I can maintain defense of the objective quarry, and I can provide assistance to my fellow armor squads. Okay, there you have it. We created our plan. We know what objective we're going to. We know how we're going to get there. We put our squad into 2 fire teams, and make sure your squad is aware of what fire team they are in. And now we're going to talk in command chat. We're going to pretty much say in command chat, state what our plan is. This is squad 5. We're going to squad 5's move marker, and we will be attacking potentially the 4th objective, the quarry, for example. Say that in command chat, let everyone aware, especially your commander, just to hear if there's any objections. If there is any objections, resolve those issues, talk it through, communicate with one another in command chat. And once all is good in command chat and they're happy with you and, no other problems, explain to your squad, brief your squad. Simply say to instead I'm going to show you little clips anyway. Just brief your squad on what you're going to do and what the plan is and why you're going to do it. Okay guys, now this map could go 50-50, alright? And when I mean 50-50, the objectives could go north, or it could go south all the way down the center port, as we all know. If you check the map, the stars, it could go south down there. Now, I'm going to gamble that it's going to go north. And if it does go north, then that means the 4th objective, what will be the most highly contested objective, will be my move marker, alright? Now, we won't fully know for certain which way it will go until 2nd objective comes online. So once squad 6 doing back cap and gets a 1st objective, and we see the 2nd objective, we'll know in detail. And then if it goes north, then we set up on move marker. If it goes south, we'll reposition ourselves all the way down south. Okay guys, right, hold on. Okay, this is the plan. Right, I'm going to build the fob that will be defending and taking quarry on the south side. Now, I will be building 2. I'll be building one on the north side as well. Now, for those that are all in the transport truck, you're in the fastest vehicle that there is right now. And that's why I put you in it compared to their vehicles. Now, due to that, I want you to head to Bravo Mark and deploy yourself on Bravo Mark. What I do assume, I think the enemy, well, of course they're going to push quarry, but they're going to push it on the north side. I think they're going to try and set up on these buildings on the stars, and that's where I want you to stop them, alright? So who's driving the transport truck? You got that?
Yeah, I got it.
We need control of the city, and there's only one good way to get in the city. Now, we could go and approach the city from the north side, but I think it's pretty obvious that the enemy will know about our advancement from the north. So, what I will be doing is going down here on move marker, and I'm literally flanking around. I'm taking the biggest flank fucking ever, and then sneak up behind and get a fob behind lines, and then fuck them.
Sounds good.
Yes sir. Guys,
want
so the
only
second
like
objectives
one
could be
soup.
either way. All right, they could be on the
Oh,
stores
son
as
dove.
such. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna
No, non lo
locate
sto
ourselves
ascoltando,
by
guarda.
move marker, so we're in equal distance of it going either way. If it goes east, then we can accommodate that. If it goes west, northwest, we can accommodate that if we go to move marker, right, in terms of equal distance and travel time. All right, so again, we're just gonna hang around on move marker, and we'll wait for a second objective.
Really?
Now what happens if you find yourself in a scenario where you're wrong and you're far away from the main fight and the main objectives? Well, here's a quick clip of what to do. Oh, what? No, I fucked it up. I fucked it up. I fucked it up. I fucked it.
Sending some
Wow.
waters on that
It's south. It's south. It's south. Now, once you realize you're out of play, dig down the radio as fast as possible and relocate. Now, before I was even doing that, I already have someone reporting me. If you look at the top left corner, he was already calling for admin, trying to get rid of me. Now, you'll always have someone who will criticize your plan. You'll always have someone that will criticize you no matter what you do. No matter what you do. No one will never be satisfied of what you do. Anyway, so I dug down my radio after realizing I made a mistake. I relocated on the northeast side of hotel and turned out to be the best flanking fob of that game. Now it's fine for things to not go to plan. Alright, here's a quick clip of me getting squad wiped at the start of the game because I forgot to take into account for the enemy lav. Now at the start of the game I failed to check what type of enemy vehicles they even had. I didn't even know they had a lav, I just didn't even think of it. I do not know why. Now, this is where the learning begins. This is the part where you become a better squad leader, because at this point, now I know what I'll do differently. I've died millions of times. I got my squad killed millions of times, and each embarrassing moment I get my squad killed, I learn. I know what to do differently. So then, when I do this map again, or go to that area, I know what to do better in my planning phase. And it found later on in the game that this was the fourth objective. Well, there you have it. There's a quick guide on how to be the perfect squad leader. Now this video just highlights the importance of planning at the beginning of the game, squad management by putting them in fire teams and how you could use them effectively, and communication throughout the command chat on your plan and what you're going to do and briefing your squad.